Hey Scorpios, welcome to Earthly Energies. This is your August love reading. We are going to take a look at how everybody's feeling about each other. Alright, we're going to look at the current situation, how things are looking, and where things are going. Alright, there will be a career and money. Actually, I'm just going to do like another reading for a monthly, and it's going to cover like your health, your finances, and your family. So that one will be coming out next. If you guys are new to my channel, thank you so much for joining me. You guys are awesome for checking me out. If you like how I do things, hit that subscribe button, and I will offer you an answer to one question in return, just for saying thank you for that. I really appreciate all your guys' support. If you're returning, thanks for joining me, you guys. Scorpios, I thought I lost you forever. My channel got hijacked. It took like a little over 2 weeks to get it back. And I didn't think I was going to see you guys again, or at least take months to get back to where I was at. So I'm so happy to be here. Welcome to Leo season. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how happy I am to be in Leo season. July was rough. Okay, those retrogrades were rough. Yeah, I gotta admit, they about knocked me down. So I have recovered well, and I hope that you guys are all doing the same. Alright, if you guys are interested in looking further into this reading, there will be an extended available. Okay, it's going to go over timelines, messages from your person, actions to take, where things are going, kind of extended overall, all that kind of jazz. Okay, so if you're interested in that, the link is below and you can check that out. If you are looking to rebalance your energies, guys, you need some assistance in that department, I do offer a crystal chakra rebalancing line, and very, very inexpensive, but just enough to keep your intentions in the right areas and to unblock if you need assistance there, okay? That information's down below. And then general reading, guys, so take what fits, leave the rest, alright? If you are, this is based on attitudes, behaviors, where you're at right now, and the people around you. So don't go making big decisions based on a general reading. Get a private reading, okay, guys? I've got some specials going on this month, too, to kind of help out a little bit. So check those out, alright? And I hope overall that I can get you some further clarity on this whole situation with the love, or with anything, really. Alright, a quick thank you and a shout out to everybody who supported me in that whole situation with my channel. Several of you reported the situation when the person went live on my channel. Crafty Tarot, you're awesome. I wanted to just a personal little shout out to you, because you kind of helped me and my psyche get through that, and I can't tell you how grateful I am to have had that support. So you rock. Thank you so much. Alright, so I think that was pretty much everything I wanted to tell yous. Yeah, oh, okay, so I had about 100 or so free readings that I did not get to, guys. So for those of you who are waiting for one, if you're listening, just shoot me over a comment, because all of my comments are just, they're disabled and funny, and so just shoot me an email and I will get that for you if you are one of those people. But I did want to throw out the free reading offer again, just because I wanted to make it fair for everybody, okay? Oh, and the other thing I had left was to let you know that with everything that's been going on, I went ahead and just started to do a little bit more on my Instagram, okay? So if you want to get updates or my weekly specials, in addition to the ones you see down below, hit me up on Instagram, okay? Earthly Energies 1111, and you can get some of that information there also, okay? Alright, lovely Scorpios, let's see what's going on with you, okay? And check out the dealio. I get this impression that things are a little bit intense right now. Okay. In the love department. I'm also going to take a look at all of the zodiacs in relation to you, okay, and what's going on. Alright, 3 more cards. Okay. Alright, let's get some overall energy here for you. Hopefully person. Alright, and I want to get an idea of the intentions from both of you. Oh my gosh. Alright. Okay. Let's see what's going on. So overall energy from you, Scorpio, you are wanting to go have some fun. You're wanting to kind of release yourself from this intensity. You are kind of getting to this point where you're like, okay, maybe I need to just to kind of accept where things are at and move forward. But I see you're having a bit of a difficulty letting that go. Whatever's going on with this, you're kind of smack in the middle of getting through this realization here. Okay, so yeah, your energy is about reconnecting with yourself, reconnecting with your purpose, with your soul missions, with what you love to do. Acceptance is about realizing that some things that, are not going to go exactly the way that you had kind of hoped or anticipated. Okay, healing for the person you're dealing with. So I feel like whoever this is, they've been going through a lot. They've been going through the motions. You've been kind of seeing this person go within and really work on themselves, try to find their own happiness. They've been going through some trust issues with the universe, trust issues within themselves, things like that. And so you've really been, I feel like for some of you, you've been very tolerant with everything going on, and it's just kind of gotten to a point where you can't sit around and wait anymore for what's going on. You really want to just kind of make moves and get out there and do things in life. So, interesting energy. Okay, the purpose of this whole meeting together, peace. The coming together is meant to bring a sense of peace. Okay, I also, for some of you, this is about the person that you thought that you were going to pursue or may have been pursuing in the past. I feel like this is somebody that really, touched your heart. There was a deep connection here. But for some of you, you've had to kind of realize that wasn't the direction that you wanted to go. Ultimately, you got through some of those energies, you came to some realizations, and for some of you, you decided to kind of move on, or at least take that step to consider the idea. Okay? So that's for some of you. Now, the overall situation right now, okay, the root of the problem, we've got the Seven of Cups. Wanting to be fulfilled in several different areas of your life. Looking at the options, not really settling on things, but more reflecting on, what you want to do in life and all the skills that you have and where do you want to put that and who do you want to be with? Who's this ultimate person, the idea of what this person is. And really just looking at your options and sometimes taking a directional change to gain some of these qualities in your life. So I feel like for some of you, there's been a realization that in order to gain some of these qualities, you had to separate yourself from what's been holding you back from seeing all of that, okay? Interesting. Okay. So the situation as of now is the Ten of Cups in reverse. So yeah, this is kind of that realization that, man, the emotion that I so thought was here in this particular situation is completed. Okay, that situation kind of manifested into an end rather than what you expected it to. But this is a good shift for you, Scorpio. This is a good shift. This is a realizational shift that's going to push you in a direction of feeling like you made the right decision, like you are finally on your way to a peaceful existence, a peaceful setting, okay? So yeah, so the situation now is definitely feeling a little bit under the weather, I guess you could put it, okay? Feeling like you are a little bit at a loss of what's going on or why certain things have happened, why people feel certain ways about things. That realization, that truth just kind of came crashing into perspective here. And that is where we're at the moment. That is the the energy that you have just come out of, okay? It could be present, but it's also becoming a past energy. You're coming away from this energy, this heavy, emotional, unknowing, right? Which is so frustrating. Unknowing, that's the hardest part, is like not knowing, but, and just feeling completely underwater with your emotions, and like, man, I just, right? But that's why the universe is helping kind of guide you into this more peaceful setting, right? You deserve that, Scorpio. What's coming for you? Judgment in reverse. The Judgment in reverse card is really talking about finding a way to become a little bit more aware and a little bit less, why is this happening to me? Or pointing fingers for blame, or trying to find unnecessary reason for things. It's not about that, nor is it about self-doubt. This is about realizing how things are going to come around full circle, and that there really is greener grass on the other side. But overall, this is you needing to come into that realization and fully grasping that concept, so that you can take that step forward and actually progress from this energy, because you deserve to be happy. You deserve to come out of this wallowing energy of upset emotions, right? All of the things from the past are starting to just kind of come to light and release themselves, so that you can move forward here. But this is about staying very confident, and almost in that everything happens for a reason, knowing kind of an energy here. Five of Cups in the reverse. So I feel like for some of you, there's someone that from your past that's been on your mind, or someone from your past that's actually meant to come forward and into your kind of your life right now. And it needed, this whole situation from your past needed to be let go of. I feel like for some of you, it had a different result than you were expecting, and you're waiting for kind of that silver lining to come forward here, and gather that that positivity, that optimism that you generally have in life, because you're really good at that, Scorpio. But you're coming out of that that energy, and the universe is asking for you to have some positivity regarding this, okay? To see that there's better ahead for you. I also feel like for some of you, there's going to be a conversation or an action, an emotional exchange of some kind that will help make this happen as well. Like, you're going to gain some information or insight from somebody and how they feel. Something's going to help kind of light that path for you. Okay, I don't feel like you're going to be making a blind move here by any means. But there's somebody from your past that's on your mind. I don't know if this is where, like, interesting. So overall, this is about finding a way to really connect to yourself and understand not only the connection, but figure out how to, sometimes we can get really stuck in our head with things when it comes to the future. And I feel like for some of you, there's a particular person in mind who's kind of been maybe on the sidelines a little bit in your head, but someone's coming kind of out of that stuck in the past side thing and coming into the forefront, coming into perspective here. And I feel like there's a lot of reminiscing here. This could also be someone kind of on the side that you didn't even realize was really paying attention to you like that. And they've been helping kind of push this energy with you, help motivating you to get out of this toxic energy, to get out of this stagnant energy, okay? And really find you again. Give you a little bit of that personal recognition and power. Somebody that's very empowering for you. But we're headed into a positive energy, okay? This isn't about going within and shutting down. This is about getting out there and having a good time after you get through this, okay? We've got the Six of Swords in the reverse, which is generally talking about coming out of this negative feeling or this feeling down about things. And coming into either you're you're trying to move into kind of a better situation, but right now it's about kind of reestablishing yourself and not taking on any extra intensities, okay? This is about just letting things go and being more in your daydreamy self, okay? Manifesting energy. If there is someone from your past or situation from your past that you've really been thinking about, this could be just something you wanted to do, an action you wanted to take. I feel like you're in that mode of trying to figure out the direction to take, but you are in a sense of balance. I mean, I feel like you're still in a good sense of balance here. Like you are almost relieved. That's the sense I keep feeling. You're almost relieved in a sense that you can make some decisions, okay? I feel like for some of you, getting away from your environment is going to help tremendously. Help you kind of tap into that knowing that you already have, because, you know, the best thing I can tell you as well is don't, if there is anything that is just really upsetting you, if you have the means to take a moment and kind of travel away from the situation, I feel like that's a good thing, because staying in your setting right now and in the energy that you're in, I don't feel like that's going to help. What you can do to help yourself and make this a little bit easier of a transition for you is to definitely go out and enjoy yourself a little bit. Whether this is taking a week off, hanging out with your friends, going and doing some things you haven't done in a while, whatever that is for you. Take a moment, because staying in your present energy and in your environment is just not, it's not allowing your space to open and see things from that perspective, okay? Excuse me. The person you're dealing with, they are going to have to tap into their intuition a little bit more when it comes to what's going on here. Because, or perhaps they're actually even seeing a little bit more from their own self side, and so they're feeling, and they're coming off a little bit more disconnected. But being able to see things straightforward for the truth of the matter, for the highest satisfaction of everybody involved, that's kind of the key part that you're missing in this relationship here. So whether it's someone from your past, whether it's someone from your future coming in here, I feel like for some of you, you could even meet somebody while you're out and doing your little excursion here. There could be somebody that you wind up coming back home reminiscing about, okay? Because there's like something about everything that's happened, it's all piecing together. You're finally kind of in the energy of like, all right, maybe everything has happened for a reason. Maybe I can accept and be okay with where I'm at and move on. Hell yes, you can. And there's better coming for you. Okay, so you know that. And the person out there that's waiting for you is also knowing that, is also in a good position in their life. Okay, they've come into a very positive place in their space as well. So I don't want you to worry that the person you're about to meet or come into connection with is going to be anything less than satisfactory for you. Okay, I feel like this person that is going to catch your attention is very intuitive and very much in tune with who they are and where they're going in life, okay? What you can accept, you've done your best here, okay? You've worked very hard at trying everything you can to put yourself out there, to be that supporter, to show you care, but no matter how much you tried to do all that, there were just things that weren't piecing together properly, and there's nothing that you can do about that. So other people have karmic situations that they have going on. Sometimes people have to come out of that circle, come back in from a creative space, a space that allows for a little bit more growth, communication, a more friendly kind of an environment that you can allow to really collaborate and come to a respectful type of an energy here, okay? Because I feel like yeah, I feel like this is very, very much talking about being able to just have a positive and peaceful type of communication, type of working together, a resource. It's a positive resource at this point. It's something you can trust in, but you had to accept that, you did everything that you could, and you have to trust that, basically. And moving forward, you've got new skills that you're bringing to the table because you were able to survive that and come out of that and understanding a little bit more of the whys, right? And how that can bring you forward and recognize a little bit more of how that's going to integrate into your future stability in a relationship. How this situation or this action is going to affect it. You know how this is going to affect it. I mean, these are all very much needed circumstances and experiences to have moving forward here. The advice here is, when it comes to the load that you have right now, go with whatever is the lightest, okay? You're in the process of releasing a heavy load, going into a better energy, a lighter energy, okay? Oh, these mosquitoes are driving me nuts. As are my allergies. Jeez, you guys, sorry. Okay. 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 So just to further clarify, we've got the Four of Cups in the reverse. So this is about no more reminiscing on the things that make you happy or the actions that you think might need to be taken, or maybe this or maybe that. No more of the thinking. Now you're coming into okay, I gotta do this. This is what makes me happy. This is what makes me feel like I'm moving in the right direction. But you had to unblock this. It was like a change you just avoided. You were trying to avoid it. It's tough. Shit is hard. It's not easy situation. It does, and it's like the old person you're dealing with. And it could be the new, depending on your situation. There is a sense of trust that this other person had, that you were like, wow, how are you so sure about what's going on here, right? Because change is hard for everybody, but you're a very loyal zodiac, so that's especially hard for you guys. But now you're unblocking that, and you are ready to take this movement here into this next step, this next directional move in life here for yourself. Overall, as far as the future, the Hangman in the reverse. So finally coming out of that energy and back into something that feels a little bit more action oriented, okay? You're trying not to be stuck in this stagnant, I don't know what to do energy. You don't want to be stalling, and you certainly don't want to make any unnecessary sacrifices. So I feel like you're kind of making some measured moves, being a little bit careful moving forward, but you're no longer stuck in that, what do I do? I don't want to make this change, but this change needs to be made. That's done. So you're out of that, and it has brought you immediately back into your normal, or it's starting to bring you, or will, if you're not there yet, bring you into this your lover energy that you've just got. Scorpios, you're awesome for that situation when it comes to your passion. Holy moly. So with regard to that, I feel like you're getting that fire back. You're getting that stamina, that sexy charisma that you've just naturally got, okay? Action for you to take, stay there, because that's your element. That's just what you're good at. You're good at impressing. You're good at connecting. You're good at uplifting people. And you're really good at satisfying in a lot of different ways. So stay that way. That is how you are meant to be. That is how, if something's bringing you down, this is how you're meant to be. Okay, I feel like you're walking away from a situation here. Okay, and you're doing it probably pretty quickly. All right, lots of eights, lots of change, lots of using your head, using your your skills here, okay? A little bit of light shining on here. Oh, there you go. Okay. So, yes, emotions are running. Yes, there are things you need to address. Yes, it's pushing you into a much better perspective here. Okay, let's get some advice here. Whoa, from your angels. Have patience. Love is patient and kind always. Yes. Have patience with your situation. It is unfolding into a better direction, okay, guys? I don't see any crazy tower moments going on, but I do see some change. I do see you guys having to kind of go within and pull yourselves out of that stagnant energy. Make that push. But once you do, you are right back into right where you belong, okay? All right, let's take a look at for each of the zodiacs here. We're going to grab a card for Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. Holy moly, Scorpio just took a couple here. Oh my gosh, these bugs are just driving me nuts. Go away. Sag, Cap, Aquarius, and Pisces. What am I missing? Okay. So if you're dealing with an Aries, you've got King of Swords in reverse. So think of you know, a really intelligent person, but not in their element. So you get like kind of like a smart ass. Sorry. Okay. Very kind of a cocky type of an energy. So if you're dealing with an Aries, I can see where it's been a little bit tough to get out of that situation, especially if you've got an energy or an attitude that you're dealing with like that. So you can see where you might be feeling a little bit of that pressure with that person and that type of approach with that energy. If you are working with a Taurus here, Three of Swords in reverse. So Three of Swords. So this is definitely coming out of a heartbreak. There could definitely be some intensity and pressure because of the way this person's taking the situation. They could be very emotional. You know, Tauruses are very structured and also loyal, so that could be very difficult when it comes to having that stability that they like to have, which could have put a little bit of extra pressure on you. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse for Gemini. Whew. So yeah, you're dealing with their not so fun side with all of this going on. They are not feeling quite in their element, and they're feeling a little bit vulnerable in the world as far as probably financially and in the home, solidity wise, with their body. I mean, overall, I feel like your Gemini's feeling a little bit crappy about themselves. All right, I'm telling you, this is why this is saying kind of get away from your situation right now, guys, because I feel like the people you're dealing with, the emotions are just too heavy. You guys are kind of wallowing in their energy rather than getting away and feeling that rejuvenation here. Seven of Pentacles for Cancer. So Cancers are feeling kind of in their element right now. If you're dealing with a Cancer, I feel like this is a little bit more of like a mutual agreement with you guys, only because of the fact that I feel like you both kind of recognize where you're at with things and are able to make a little bit more peaceful moves together rather than having animosity. Chariot in reverse for Leos. All right, so yeah, Leos. You know, Leos are kind of romantic, and so it's very difficult when situations happen that they don't quite expect or want to accept. Okay, they kind of get a little bit lost in their deal. They lose their will to kind of move forward. They lose their direction, and so right now they're just trying to find their way, which could be putting, again, some extra pressure on you to kind of feel like required to help them move through this, and not really. Eight of Swords for Virgos. Virgos are definitely going a bit through their own confusion right now. Feeling a little bit powerless, you know, and feeling feeling that anxiety, feeling that fear of what's coming ahead. Man, you guys are dealing with some intense people. Four of Swords in the reverse for Libras. Libras are kind of in that no nonsense kind of an attitude right now. So that if they do have an opinion, they're definitely voicing it, okay? They're not resting on this anymore. They're also in this action-oriented, get clarity kind of a mode, okay? Just find the logic of the whole situation. If you are dealing with another Scorpio, I can see where this is also a very mutual type of thing. You guys are on at least talking terms, because I feel like you're both in this let's go our separate ways and figure out where we find our happiness and our peace, and then maybe we can come back together. Okay, but that's kind of where you're at. Just a solid and friendly offer of, disconnection here. Okay. All right, so for Sagittarius, we've got Ace of Wands. For the Sagittarius, Ace of Wands. So for some of you, you have an interest in a Sag, okay? For others of you, your Sag is, we're very motivating to get you going. Whether it was an argument or a creative force, a gift from the universe of something that you were told, depending on what it was, there wasn't a whole lot of question. It just kind of, you definitely went for it. It could have even been the Sag saying, hey, let's just do this. I've got my own direction, or, but this was like a very solid and confident move. Interesting. A lot of energy coming from the Sag, depending on what you're dealing with here. Capricorn, Two of Cups here. So I feel like you could have some emotional energy, a little bit more difficulty kind of separating. And you could have a little bit more of a blocked energy when it comes to this person. Might be a little bit more difficult to come away from. Capricorns are very rooted in a relationship, and so if you've got one that's just kind of holding on for dear life, I could definitely see where this could create a little bit of a juggle for you of an issue, because it's a very intense energy with a Capricorn, for sure. A lot of, they're deeply rooted, and therefore there's always kind of generally a sense of deep-rooted sense of self for you, and so that might be a little bit more difficult, and also an indication that you could have a love interest here with a Capricorn as well. Okay, so Sag and Cap so far, I like their energies here. Oh, nice. And Aquarius, I like theirs as well. Knight of Pentacles. So if you are dealing with a Cap or an Aquarius, you've also got a very confident person that you're working with. So Sag, Cap, and Aquarius, those three right now are very confident energies, very positive. Of all of these, the Leos, Scorpios, Sag, Cap, and Aquarius, you guys have the most positive outcomes at the moment when it comes to this realization or processing things together, just implementing things with this person. The Hermit in reverse for Pisces. Oh boy. Alright, so the Hermit in reverse. So this person's kind of, you're not even able to kind of deal with this person, really. They've kind of isolated themselves completely and withdrawn. It made it kind of difficult to even move forward here. So, yeah, that is definitely interesting when it comes to how you want to go about handling that. They're making it quite difficult. So you might just have to kind of bounce for a little bit and just do what you need to do with the energies as it's allowing you to. Have patience. This person will come back around to figure themselves out. It's not necessarily your job to do that, okay? Follow the energies that you've got, and that is getting out of this hangman and taking some moves for yourself, getting back into your element, okay, and using that wit and that intellect that you have to what you need to do next, okay? All right, I hope that resonates with all my lovely Scorpios. Thank you for joining me, you guys, and I will get into your extended. See you next time.